stories about trade cannot.
They can't.
Anna Mboze, the country director, TradeMark Africa, says the Africa Continental Free Trade Area's guided trade initiative is finally gaining momentum. She believes that Uganda and other member states stand to benefit from tariff reductions of up to 90%, a shift that will make cross-border trade significantly more profitable.
Africa only trades with each other at only a level of 15%. And this is figures that we've had take plus or minus 1 over the last 2 decades. The African Continental Free Trade Area promises that we're going to scale this up to at least 53% within the next few years. How? Because again, the trade tariffs, we should have no tariffs among each other. Right now we're seeing a reduction heavily, okay? With trading, for instance, with tea and some other products. They've not gone to zero, but they have started reducing.
Still, some observers remain cautious. Former EAC Common Market Negotiator Daniel Babonerire notes that non-tariff barriers persist, often fueled by politically motivated protectionist policies. Yet, he maintains there's room for optimism.
We have been part of a community which has been easily politically agreeing to do something, much as the small conflicts and that are always coming. But they have driven us this far. I would just really want to commend them. And so many protocols have been signed up, though again on the same thing, there are so many pronouncements that are made, but then following them up or delivering on them sometimes is very difficult. Where it is some political differences and then mostly where countries don't agree. For example, we had our border with Rwanda closed. Rwanda had its border with Burundi closed. Now you have a conflict between Rwanda and the DRC, and ours indirectly. So those are the non-tariff barriers we are talking about.
Ugandan exports to West Africa, which currently face tariffs as high as 35%, could see those duties fall to near zero, boosting both trade volumes and regional competitiveness.
Abidjan-Lagos corridor has a lot of the barriers we saw 10 years ago still in place. So it's to see how do we open it up. We also try and see how do we connect African countries with infrastructure. So as TradeMark Africa, DRC is new on board to EAC, right? But we've revamped the border posts of Goli and Ntoroko. Ntoroko is actually a lake port that takes you to Kaseni. But this is again to find an alternative route for our goods to be able to get into these key trade partners. With South Sudan, our immediate neighbor, you see, when I talk about DRC and South Sudan, these are big nations, big economies, but they're also some of those that take a lot of Uganda's produce.
But beyond the grand conference halls and ceremonial signings, Babonerire warns that the implementation lags behind. He says political elites still prioritize domestic economic control over regional obligations, slowing integration on the ground.
We go on the floor, talk a lot of English, and we reach the best positions for Uganda. But now the other civil servants to implement it, you find we are not using it, and we started choosing some neighbors for stealing our policies. And then you find Kenya normally behaves like very smart business people. They will agree to everything, and then there is a technical barrier that they will put in you. I'm not saying they are the only ones who do it. We all do them. But I'm talking from the negotiating table. You would find now the mentality of each team. Now, when you put it on the nation, and this is times 5 that time, now this is times 8 with Somalia, Southern Sudan, and the DRC. Now you'll find Tanzania is normally defensive. They disagree to each and almost everything. Don't put up their own position, but somehow you must agree with them.
Despite legal frameworks and visible progress on areas like customs, politics remains the greatest hurdle to realizing East Africa's full free market potential, with election cycles and national interests often taking precedence over unity. Musiime, NTV Tonight, Business.